We are Paul Leonard,
and Bryce Graskowski.
and this is 20 Minutes of Fitness.
Yo,
What's up,
Bryce,
Paul?
how you doing, buddy?
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Yeah, pretty soon. Very soon.
Pretty soon. I think we're up to 3 or 4 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
At least 3.
At least.
Maybe 4.
I think it's
Maybe
more
5.
than that.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think we're
We've
doing
been
pretty
good,
Yeah.
consistent.
Yeah.
And today's Monday. Actually, I'm going to release it today. And that'll be the earliest in the week we've done one, but it's because I leave today.
Yeah.
So
Where
I'm
you
heading
going?
off to the Great White North, but it's supposed to be -20 right now.
Canada. Yeah.
And
Big.
yeah,
That's
so
big.
despite leaving tonight to go to Canada, we're still getting our podcast in
Yeah.
this week.
It's fucking epic.
And then
Epic.
I get back on Tuesday, so we'll definitely get it next week. So it's
There you go.
exciting.
Yeah, man.
Good stuff. Everybody who's been listening, thank you. Tell your friends, join us, subscribe, like, share,
Comment.
do those things.
Only nice comments, though.
No, any comments.
That's true. We don't care.
In the words of Jack Sparrow, but you have heard of me.
That's right.
But nice. You're the worst pirate this world's ever seen. Yes, but you've heard of me. Yeah, but you have heard of me. Something like
Yeah.
that. Okay,
You're
I
not
butchered that.
You're not a pirate.
All right. So, what should we talk about today, Mr. Bryce?
Well, we got New Year's coming up. Yeah.
New Year's. I'm
Lots
talking
of-
about my New Year's resolution.
Lots of everybody's
I'm going to resolve to be better.
looking to better themselves with some goals, resolutions. A lot of people have fitness goals, so hitting the gyms again.
A lot of us are festively plump
Oh man, I ate so
and
much this weekend.
enjoying a little bit too much food and beverage over the
lots
last
and lots
2
of
months.
cookies. 2 months.
Thanksgiving
I was thinking 2
on.
days. I was thinking 2 days,
Nah,
but yeah.
Thanksgiving through Christmas. I feel like that's a whole write-off. At least it was for me.
I don't know. I was down.
Which isn't good.
I was down to 202 the other day, so
Oh.
hitting my numbers.
Which 202 sounds good, except that you normally sit at 195.
No, it's been years. But I was up to 205 this morning, so
Okay.
little swollen from yesterday's festivities.
There you go. Okay,
Weird.
so yes, we are a little festively plump. Got to
Yep.
cut down for the Open. Open's coming up middle of February, a little earlier than normal.
Yep.
And the best way to do that is with a fitness challenge.
Yep. So we're gonna start second week of January.
Second week of January. at
we'll do the
CrossFit
macros.
West Milwaukee.
Do everybody's macros, give them some nutrition
Follow
challenges.
online too.
Yeah, you could
It's gonna be cheaper if you're an online person.
message us up, and we can hook you up.
You get your macros and try to get it in. Some sort of contest to see who can get the least fat in the smallest amount of time.
Correct.
Or the same amount of time.
I think we're gonna do because we might have some online people. We'll do some a visual one.
Oh, a visual
You know
one.
what I mean? Yeah, gotta figure out how that works. But
Lots of pictures.
yeah, I think so. Yeah, submit before and after pictures.
Okay. We'll put their before and after up. So that way it's more about what you look like different and less about the skin.
Yeah,
That's
do
a good
something
idea.
like.
Do you get to like really stick your belly out and try to look as fat as you can for the first one?
Why not? Everybody else is
Hell
gonna.
yeah, you should.
Yeah, everybody's gonna.
And then suck it in as much as possible at the end.
And then we'll go.
Spray tan city.
We'll stop like a week before the Open. So I think the Open is the 15th. If I'm not that week.
It's middle.
Middle.
Yep.
So we'll stop a few, whatever that previous Sunday is.
And have you decided the cost for in-person
6
versus
weeks.
online, or have you not?
Not exactly. We have to finalize the last bits of it.
Little bits of details.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
But we'll do that, and we're gonna hit some diet stuff. So
Okay.
I don't know.
We've had plans of talking about more different kinds of diets. That will follow.
yeah,
Not today.
not to.
Let's talk a little bit more about New Year's resolutions. So
Yeah.
people like to resolve a whole list of things that are unattainable. That's fairly common.
Yeah, that's the
And
usual.
then typically people last for like a good week or two, if they're lucky, on those New Year's
Oh,
resolutions.
last a week. Yeah.
And then
last
after a week or 2 weeks, then they're like, that's out of reach.
I'll wait till next year.
And they just leave it on the list for next year.
Yeah.
So I think that's definitely not the way to go.
No. Well, that's not the SMART goal, which I believe we did a podcast on a long time ago about
Yep.
SMART goal setting.
Yeah, setting stuff that's realistic.
And that one's not.
I'd say about a year ago. but I guess.
I'd say, yeah, I know. I'd say the timeliness is the issue.
Yeah.
And you can't tell those people enough, don't set a yearly goal.
Yeah.
It's just not good.
No, you got to set something that's achievable and you get desired results in a frame.
And then you get more payoff that way.
And I think a lot of it when it comes to Nutrition Challenge specifically, when you're doing a nutrition challenge, it's very easy just to get discouraged by the scale.
Yep.
So I know last year I did RP starting at the beginning of January,
Okay.
and 3 weeks in, it told me to quit.
It told you to quit.
It told
Why?
me to quit. It said that I wasn't making the results that they wanted in the time. I was being 100% strict to it. I was down to about 1,300 calories a day.
Jeez.
I weighed 200 and at the time
That
45
doesn't
pounds.
seem right.
240, 245, and it was cutting me down to that little food, and then it's like, yeah, we don't think you should continue. So I deleted the fucking app.
Fuck, that's ridiculous.
Because I was like, you're gonna tell me to eat this little, and then after sucking it up for 2 weeks of it, you're gonna tell me I should quit? So I
That's
quit
crazy.
and went on my own thing, and it went okay.
That is a crazy deficit.
Yeah, that was nuts.
Yeah.
So this year I'm doing a little different.
Yeah. What are you gonna do?
I'm actually
Fasting?
I'm gonna do some fasting. I'm gonna do Mondays.
Okay.
I'm gonna do 36-hour fast.
So we just talked about the fasting, and that's
Yeah.
what you're gonna do.
So I'm gonna do 36-hour
So
ones.
you guys gotta listen to the fasting podcast. We're fasting.
And the 36-hour fasts are, to me, the most productive as far as weight loss.
Mm-hmm.
I think I will lose some strength and a little bit of ability from, like, it will not serve to my fitness goals as well, but losing the weight will help enough with that in the time frame I
Yeah.
want to lose what I want to lose, it'll be worth it.
Yeah, you'll be a little weaker during it, but not
Yeah.
after.
No, it'll be
It won't
fine.
make a difference.
So I'm
Which
planning
is
to-
why we're gonna end the challenge before the open.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that
Oh
way-
yeah. I would not do this into the
So
open.
that way you have like a week to replenish yourself and be ready for the open.
And then otherwise, I plan to track all my food and hit specific macros,
Cool.
high in protein, low in fat and carbs, but still a combination of the three. That's about the nutshell for me. I think
that's
it should be
good.
pretty simple, and
That's good.
try to stay at a deficit, but not too big of a deficit.
Yeah, so people should start thinking about what they want to do. Paleo diets, ketos. People doing keto right now.
Yeah, and some keto can be really good for people as a short term.
Mhm.
So, like for a fitness challenge like this,
To lose
keto
quick.
might be the way to go because you get those ketones going, but it's very unlivable. I
Tough
did
to
keto
do.
for a short period of time, and I did a short period of time because it's hard to live keto.
It takes a while to get into ketosis, so it'd be tough for a challenge too.
That's true.
Because by the time it's really kicked in, you're close to the end.
It'll be almost a month before it's truly
But some
effective.
people, they started already, and maybe they'll
Yeah.
keep it going. But yeah, those are all good. Yeah, they all kind of come down to what Glassman said, though. You know.
Yeah.
What is
Yeah.
that? What's saying? Well, read it.
Eat meat, vegetables, nuts, and seeds, some fruit, little starch, and no sugar. Keep Rick standing in front of it. Keep intake levels to such that support fat performance, not body fat.
Yep.
Last.
Yep.
There's actually a post in the way, so I think I screwed up a word or two
Yeah,
there,
yeah.
but pretty close.
Yeah, so I think the most important ones there are the no sugar
Yeah.
and keep intakes to levels that will support performance and not body fat.
And when it says no sugar, we're saying no refined sugar. It's not
Yeah,
to say
no
that you
added
can't have
sugar.
some honey or you can't have some fruit, like fruit specifically listed
Fruit's
there,
okay.
which to me is a sugar.
Yeah.
But it's got to be in very moderation and in
Yeah.
the right.
It's no added sugar.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So we're
avoid
not
it.
adding anything refined
It's not
in
good
general.
for you.
You'll notice he doesn't have anything on that list that's refined.
Right. So even the little starch, because most starches are pretty refined. So
And I think
Yeah.
when he's saying little starch, he means like potatoes,
Right.
corn, sweet potatoes.
he doesn't mean little potatoes. The little,
Ooh, those things are
that's
delicious.
little starch.
I like that.
They eat like hundreds of them.
Those little gem potatoes.
Yeah.
The different colors.
But those are
Not
definitely
hundreds of them.
great hundreds. My French fries are small too.
Yeah, yeah. We all know you got a small French fry breast.
Hey.
But you're engaged now.
I am
so
engaged.
it doesn't matter.
Doesn't
You're allowed to
matter.
have a small. You're allowed to have a
That's it.
small French fry.
She's
so
happy
you're
with my
engaged.
French fry.
So congratulations to Bryce.
Oh, thanks, Chris.
Finally planning on tying a knot one day.
Yeah.
I asked him when he's gonna get married. He told me after COVID. So
Yeah,
no,
nice.
never.
Yeah, never. Yeah, that's true.
Because
That's it.
COVID may last for the rest of our lives.
Fuck, it's so stupid.
But that's how we bought some time anyway.
There you go. Yeah. So what else goals? What other things we talk about goals? So you got food goals. That's going to be some diet stuff. And it should be short term, which is why nutrition challenges are good at the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
You do that in January. If you're probably going to lose some weight because you're probably coming off of eating like garbage for a
Yeah.
month.
You'll lose it
And
fast at the beginning.
You're going to lose it fast in the beginning. If you do like a month, not too long, you can see some positive gains there.
And to me, the most important spot there is that you do a challenge as a challenge, but
Yeah.
it gets you back into like a good, healthy mindset.
Yeah.
Because I know
kind of a reset.
a lot of times people will go overboard on their challenge to drop super hard weight. There was a guy that was here a few years ago for a Transform, I won't say his name, that went like to the extreme, and he was fasting for like 4 or 5 days a week sometimes, and he dropped
Fucking
a
crazy.
lot of weight, and he
Yeah,
won
okay.
the contest that we had
Yeah.
between us, but a month after the challenge, he gained more back than what he lost in the challenge.
Yeah, your
And
body's
it's because
freaking
he
out.
just wasn't doing what was safe and healthy for his body. Nobody recommended that he did what he did. The people from this gym didn't think that was a good idea.
Yeah.
But he won the challenge, he lost the weight, and got the money for whatever we had in the pot there. But at what expense? And
Yeah.
then sure enough, a month later, he gained it all back and some. So then it's like, well, it's a good idea to go on that strict challenge and try to lose it. And like I say, I'm not going to continue doing 36-hour fasts after the
Yeah,
challenge.
but you're not going to just fall off the wagon. And
I'm not going to go to McDonald's right after the challenge.
No, you
either.
got to kind of keep it in line and just come off of the fasting part, but have healthy diet on the side.
And when you get used to drinking a little less and eating a little less, then it's
It's a
easier
little
to
easier.
stay there,
You
right?
Stay there. Yeah, exactly. It's kind of a reset. Use it as a reset,
Yeah.
and a temporary one. Like I said, just do it for the challenge and be extreme about it. That's like
Yeah, that's
people
okay for a challenge.
A lot of times I hear people say, "Oh, I gotta get rid of my scale because I get crazy." You have to get crazy.
Yeah.
If you want some drastic changes, you gotta get a little crazy with it.
Yeah, if you're going to
So-
try to lose 15 pounds in a month,
Yeah.
it's going to be crazy.
And you have to know. You have to get on that scale almost every day to see if you're.
And if you're
heading
not,
in the right
another
direction.
thing is daily progress photos.
Yeah, that's good.
Like, take a picture of yourself every single day in the same spot in front of the mirror. And if you go back to last Monday and you don't look different, you're not going hard enough.
Yeah, and mostly, if you have the big thing about either of those, either stepping on the scale every day or taking a picture every day, keeps you accountable to yourself.
That's right.
Because that's the only person that's really going to keep you accountable is you. So you have to figure out a way to keep yourself accountable, and that's a good one.
Another thing I'm going to do for this one is
Yeah.
I'm going to record all my food again, going back to writing
Yep.
it all down.
Yep.
So then I have to measure it.
Yep.
And if I'm in the evening, I want to take a swig of milk before bed, I got to log that
Log
shit.
it, yeah.
So I'm probably
That's
not
good.
going to want to log it. So
Yeah.
I'm probably going to have a sip of water instead.
Right.
Because it's not worth going into my app to add 1 glass of milk.
Yeah, that's good. Give yourself little things that will stop
And if it is
you.
worth it, then go for it. But track it.
But then it'll give you little speed bumps, if you will, to
Yeah.
not fall off the rails. Yeah, that's a good idea. I was gonna say something about that.
You know what they say about wedding rings, Bryce?
What's that?
Speed bumps along the road to happiness. That's what we used to say when we used to try to pick up girls in the bar when we were single.
Ah, nice. Thank you.
See a girl at a wedding ring, and your buddies would be like, "Oh no, she's married." You'd be like, "Oh no, that's okay. That's just a speed bump, just to slow you down. Doesn't mean shit."
No.
I'm glad my wife doesn't listen to this podcast.
Yeah.
Sorry. Okay, so other goals other than diet and nutrition. That's what's on the mind because it's the beginning of January. But other things
Right.
could be like business goals, like
Sure.
try to focus on building your business online more, maybe.
Yeah.
No examples. Or like,
By the way, you're listening to this and you're online.
but
up.
that might be a good example, honestly, of like making a goal of like, okay, by this time I'm gonna have this much
Hit the
done
link in the
towards
description.
this, or having a new home or a new vehicle or a new whatever
Well,
it is
same
for
thing. You got to go hard into it.
and you need to figure out how to do it. It can't just be like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna have a new house by the end of this year.
Yeah.
It's like, well, that maybe isn't realistic for you.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna have an extra $200 saved up this month, or $500 saved up this
There you
month
go.
towards my house, or something that's a
Obtainable.
obtainable,
And measurable.
realistic goal.
Yeah.
And then at the end of that month, when you have that 200, oh, maybe I could actually pull off doing 300 next month.
Yeah. And that brings me to something is constant redefining of your goal.
Yes.
So that if it's a long-term goal, you have to have checkpoints. You have to have time markers where you're like, okay, where are we? Where you're checking in with yourself, and that would be like the scale or the pictures on
Or the bank account.
The diet thing would be the same thing with anything else.
Yeah.
Just got to give yourself those markers. And then something like that, like a finance thing, you'd have to again change your habits, right? So maybe change what you do during the day. Maybe you get rid of I don't know, get rid of some credit cards so that you can't use them. You know, lock them up, not get rid of them, but
Yeah.
lock them up.
Or get rid of them. In some people's cases,
I mean,
that is important.
absolutely. Don't go to Starbucks every day. A lot of people do that. Like that's an easy.
I really good latte before being here. I'm just saying. I mean, it was $6 for a grande, but like, dude,
So,
it was delicious.
It's like $40 a week right there that you'd save. So in a month, you're almost $200.
And that's exactly
that was your
it.
example.
Yeah. So I think that's definitely like you can figure out little things, or packing lunch from home that goes into the nutrition and the diet, or and the finances.
It's
right?
like sabotage yourself, trying to sabotage yourself. So, right?
Make it harder to screw up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Put roadblocks, put speed bumps in your way
There you go.
to ruin your moves.
And then there's other good goals that people have, are to like read more books, or to
What's
people that want to learn things.
2021, bro?
I'm going to give you a book called Marketing 101.
Read a book.
You know how you do it? You do some marketing. You go online, put it in, punch it into the Facebook. But there's people that have lots of goals of that type of thing,
Yeah.
or they want to go back to school, or they want to go to those things. And for any one of those things, again, you just have to pick a measurable amount. Like, okay, let's say I need to read a book a month. That's my goal. And to read a book a month, how many pages a day is it? Well, then I'm not going to sleep until I've read my 7 pages.
I read a book every once in a while at night to roll in.
There you go. That's
Man, I'm up.
there you go. You're making
I'm
some
reading a
progress.
few every month.
And when it comes to reading books, if you are trying to do that, then it would be like you just got to pick books that actually mean something to you, and maybe you do pick
So it's
little
interesting.
books.
Yeah.
You pick short ones that you can get through quickly, because you go and pick up a 35-hour-long book,
Ugh.
like that's
Disgusting.
a commitment. You need to be a
Disgusting.
reader to get into that shit.
Yeah.
But if you pick
And
up like
time.
there's a business book called The Dip. If you read The Dip, I think it's 200 pages, you can get through it in one sitting. Phenomenal book, really good book, business book, and it's literally, you can get through it in one sitting.
Yeah.
Or 7 nights if you read just a little bit every night.
Yeah.
So again, I'm not trying to convince people they should read books, but it's just a good
That's a good
example
goal. Yeah.
of
I think people should
a good goal. Well,
educate themselves.
if you look at the population of people that make lots of money, most
They
of
read
them
books.
read books.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sure.
it's a true fact.
Sure.
A lot of them read books, or at least they listen to them nowadays.
Yeah,
Most
that's
listen to
I
books
would
nowadays.
mostly
But
listen
still,
to it.
you can also waste a lot of time with books. So there's the other side of that too. Some people are reading those 35-hour books, and that's all they fucking do, and then that's like counterproductive.
Yeah.
So there's that.
No, I agree.
But other goals like that, whether it comes to financial things or whether it comes to educating yourself, or those are kind of the things that come to mind for me as far as a New Year's resolution.
Absolutely. Fitness goals. Everybody's
Fitness
got like
goals, of course.
maybe some measurable stuff in the gym.
So
Like, man, I want to get a 500-pound back squat, and so you're like,
Oh, that'd be
okay,
awesome.
yeah.
How can I big deadlift?
But let's say you're like, okay, I'll.
500-pound yoke carry. That's
There you
probably
go.
the most realistic.
That's a team.
Yeah.
We're already there. But maybe that's a goal. So maybe you have to look into. It might not necessarily be enough to make the goal and be like, oh, this is how you got to come up. Maybe you got to find a program. You know, which if you are, all of a sudden.
I know a guy who
is
does
in the
online
description.
programming.
Yeah, link is in the description.
But a good example might be, I want to get a muscle up this year.
Yeah.
So how do I go about getting a muscle up this year? Well, I could start today and try to do a muscle up every day for the rest of the year, and I probably will not get a muscle up this
Probably
year.
not.
I mean, I have muscle ups, kind of.
The last workout.
I did do 21 muscle ups in this workout right before we started, but
in 21 minutes.
they did take me 21 minutes, so yeah, that was fun. But my point is, someone who's never done it might say,
Yep.
okay, I'm gonna work on muscle ups every day now, and I'm gonna get better at muscle ups. But if they just try to do a muscle up every day, by the end of the year, they're still gonna be trying to do a muscle up.
Yeah, no, you have to break it up into its parts and work on its parts and
Work on each component.
work on it itself. Yeah.
And a good example of that is Paul, not myself, but the other
Yeah,
Paul. He was saying that he can't really do rings. He's done rings once
Right.
in a workout and he hurt himself.
Yeah.
But he has bar easily. He floats up the
Because
bar.
he just doesn't do them.
And so I told him the first step for him is just to practice doing hip swings.
Yep.
Because he doesn't do that.
Right.
So it's like, if you cannot hit your hips on the rings 10 times in a row comfortably,
Yeah, sure.
don't waste your time trying to do the muscle up.
Progression.
And then maybe go down to the ground and start doing some turnovers and get that easy. And then once you can do the pieces of it, then try to put it together. But don't even try to put it together until you can do the individual pieces well.
Yep, I agree.
So I don't believe in the whole, you have to be able to do a strict one before you can do a kipping one,
Definitely not.
because that would put it, like, at the moment, I would be out.
Completely
I couldn't do it. I've done strict ones, but not recently.
Yeah,
And
I have no desire to do strict ones anymore.
no, they're not fun. They're hard. They hurt.
Dangerous.
But
They're as dangerous as a muscle up, I guess. So
yeah, except when it's kipping, it's so much faster, so it's safer.
Yeah.
But I think that people that need to do kips need to learn how to do those kips properly, and how to get that momentum, and how to catch, and how to do that, and then they could get that muscle up. But my point is, just if they were to go to the rings every day and try to do a muscle up, they would never get there. And I think the same thing goes for something a little bit simpler. Let's call it a clean. Not that that's simpler, but it seems simpler. So a clean, if you don't know how to do a clean properly, you could do a clean badly every day and you never get there. Or you could sign up for some coaching with Tommy, or you could even just show up at class during a clean day and ask for some help, and the coach will help you, and you'll get there way faster, and you could get to that goal, body weight clean, or whatever your goal might be.
You need a roadmap of some sort, and you might not have the ability to figure that out yourself, so just gotta ask, gotta find the knowledge, whether it's a book,
Books are good
whether
for
it's
that.
YouTube, podcast,
And
whatever.
And if you're already going to a gym with experts, that'd probably be the best.
Yeah,
place
if
to
you're
ask.
already doing that,
You're already spending the money for the gym and the experts.
100%.
And if you're intimidated by the coaches, ask a good athlete in the gym.
Yeah.
Or me.
Yeah.
I'm not a good athlete, but they could ask me. No.
Hey, Paul, how do I go on this one?
Yeah, let me show you.
Let me show you. Okay, I'm gonna go somewhere.
All right. On that note,
Yeah.
peace.
See you.